If you have any of these signs listed in this video, chances are you are not an INTJ Architect Mastermind personality type. Here are 5 main signs you are not an INTJ personality. Number 1. Emotional sensitivity. Emotional sensitivity is the ability to be aware of and respond appropriately to the emotions of oneself and others. It involves being attuned to one's own emotional state and the emotional cues of others, and being able to regulate one's emotions effectively in response to various situations. While some individuals may be naturally more emotionally sensitive than others, it is also a trait that can be developed through practice and experience. However, the degree to which someone is emotionally sensitive can also depend on their personality type and other factors such as life experiences and upbringing. For individuals with an INTJ personality type, emotional sensitivity may not come as naturally as it does to some other personality types. INTJs are typically more focused on logic, reason, and problem solving, and may prioritize these areas over emotions. They may struggle with recognizing and expressing their own emotions, and may have difficulty understanding the emotional experiences of others. That being said, it is important to note that everyone experiences emotions differently, and having an INTJ personality type does not necessarily mean that someone lacks emotional sensitivity overall. Some INTJs may be more in touch with their emotions than others, and may have developed strategies for managing and expressing their feelings effectively. Number 2. The need for social interaction. The need for social interaction refers to an individual's desire or preference for spending time with others and engaging in social activities. It is a personality trait that can vary greatly among individuals and can be influenced by a variety of factors such as personality type, life experiences, and cultural background. For individuals with an INTJ personality type, the need for social interaction may be lower than other personality types. INTJs tend to be introverted, which means they tend to focus more on their internal thoughts and feelings rather than external stimuli. They often prefer spending time alone or with a small group of close friends, rather than engaging in large social gatherings or activities. This does not mean that INTJs do not value social interaction altogether. While they may not actively seek out social situations, they may still enjoy spending time with others, especially if it involves engaging in meaningful discussions or activities that align with their interests and values. However, they may find it draining or overwhelming to be in social situations for extended periods of time, and may require alone time to recharge. It is also important to note that social situations can vary greatly among individuals with the same personality type. While the INTJ personality type is often associated with a lower need for social interaction, some INTJs may still have a strong desire for social connection and may actively seek out social opportunities that align with their interests and values. Number 3. Preference for spontaneity. A preference for spontaneity refers to an individual's inclination to act or make decisions without extensive planning or analysis. It involves a willingness to take risks and embrace uncertainty, and can be associated with traits such as creativity, flexibility, and adaptability. For individuals with an INTJ personality type, a preference for spontaneity may be less common than for other personality types. INTJs tend to be analytical and strategic in their approach to problem solving, and often rely on careful planning and analysis before making decisions. They prefer to have a clear understanding of all the relevant information and options before taking action, and may feel uncomfortable with uncertainty or ambiguity. This preference for structure and planning can be an asset in many situations, particularly when dealing with complex or high-stakes problems. However, it can also lead to a tendency towards indecision or overanalysis, which can be a hindrance in situations where quick, spontaneous action is required. Those who do not have an INTJ personality type may have a greater preference for spontaneity and may be more comfortable making decisions or taking action without extensive planning or analysis. They may be more willing to take risks and embrace uncertainty and may be more open to new experiences and opportunities. It is important to note that the preference for spontaneity can vary greatly among individuals with the same personality type, and that there is no right or wrong approach to decision-making. The key is to recognize one's own tendencies and preferences and to work towards finding a balance between careful analysis and spontaneous action. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. Tendency to risk-taking. Tendency towards risk-taking refers to an individual's inclination to take risks or engage in activities that involve a degree of uncertainty or potential danger. This can be related to a variety of different traits, including creativity, openness to experience, and sensation-seeking. For individuals with an INTJ personality type, a tendency towards risk-taking may be less common than for other personality types. INTJs tend to be cautious and risk-averse in their approach to life and decision-making, and often prioritize stability, predictability, and logical analysis. They prefer to have a clear understanding of all the relevant information and options before making decisions, and may be uncomfortable with ambiguity and uncertainty. However, it is important to note that the tendency towards risk-taking can vary greatly among individuals with the same personality type, and that there is no right or wrong approach to decision-making. Some INTJs may have a greater tolerance for risk and uncertainty than others, and may be more comfortable taking calculated risks in pursuit of their goals. Furthermore, while a tendency towards risk-taking can have its downsides, such as increased likelihood of negative outcomes, it can also have its benefits. It can lead to new opportunities and experiences, promote creativity and innovation, and help individuals to overcome challenges and obstacles. Ultimately, the key is to recognize one's own tendencies and preferences and to work towards finding a balance between caution and risk-taking that is appropriate for each situation. Number 5. Dislike for structure and organization. Dislike for structure and organization refers to an individual's aversion to rules, routines, and order. It can be associated with traits such as creativity, spontaneity, and flexibility, and may be a source of frustration or discomfort for individuals who prefer structure and routine. For individuals with an INTJ personality type, a dislike for structure and organization may be less common than for other personality types. INTJs tend to be highly analytical and strategic in their approach to problem solving and often rely on careful planning and organization before taking action. They prefer to have a clear understanding of all the relevant information and options before making decisions and may be uncomfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity. However, it is important to note that the dislike for structure and organization can vary greatly among individuals with the same personality type, and that there is no right or wrong approach to decision-making. Some INTJs may be more comfortable with a more flexible or spontaneous approach to problem solving and may find that too much structure or routine stifles their creativity or ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Furthermore, while a dislike for structure and organization can have its benefits, such as promoting creativity and flexibility, it can also have its downsides. Without a clear structure or plan, individuals may struggle to prioritize tasks or stay focused, and may be more prone to procrastination or disorganization. Ultimately, the key is to recognize one's own tendencies and preferences and to work towards finding a balance between structure and flexibility that is appropriate for each situation. These videos will be really helpful for you.